It's finally the weekend, and I had such a hectic week. But yeah, I'm glad that it's Saturday night, and I just had a very therapeutic bath with lavender salts and had a nice head bath. And yeah, I feel really good. So, one of the things that makes me feel really good is taking bath. And I'm sure there are many of you who really love taking hot water baths and love sitting in the tub for a good amount of time. So, yeah, I wanted to share that with you. Those of you who are new to my channel, hi, I'm Dr. Srishti, and I want to be a youth life coach. I'm currently in the process of doing my certification program just to gain more knowledge and to simplify it and to offer it to you on a platter, basically. So, yeah. Why I wanted to do this is because when I joined a medical college as a senior resident and I started taking classes for students, I realized that a lot of students just come every day, do the same thing, and then life repeats. Like very monotonous lives, and they're not really achieving anything. Um, Living a very mediocre life. And they, crib a lot. They blame external factors to be the sole reason for their life to be like that. Like, because I'm in this college, I'm like this. Because, my teachers are like this, I'm like this. Because this college doesn't teach me well, I'm like this. So you can always blame on external factors, fine. But can you control it? No, you can't change it. What you can control is what is inside of you. And I remember that when I was doing my MBBS, I was with a group of people who used to crib a lot. And I never liked it. Deep down, I never wanted to crib about the place that I'm getting my education in. I mean, first of all, it's a great thing that, I got in because I feel that people who get to do MBBS are like the cream of the society. Many people dream to become doctors, but people who get in take it for granted. I've asked so many students what is their why? Why did they get in? And they all have such beautiful stories of why they took up medicine as their field of choice. But I don't know what happens to them along the way. They just lose hope, they give up, they get so depressed, stressed, anxious, and they just waste time. And I know that this kind of attitude is the reason that this country has very mediocre doctors. Don't you all complain about doctors that, this doctor did this mistake, this negligence happened? I'm not saying all doctors are mediocre, no. I have a lot of friends who are really good doctors, and I have some seniors, mentors who are very dedicated and very hardworking, and I really look up to them. And that is what I want to help spread. I want more and more students to become more dedicated, more hardworking in their academic phase of life. And I want to help my students and the youth to overcome these challenges and help them not live a mediocre life and upgrade their life. As a doctor, we see a lot of life and death situations, and it's very unpredictable. What will happen tomorrow? What's going to happen today? You can't predict it. You can't see what's going to happen. So live every day as if it's your last day. Are you so certain that everything's going to be the same tomorrow? Are you really that certain? I'm not. Anything can happen anytime. Things are not in our control. But what is in our control, we need to act on it. We can't just sit and wait for the universe to make things happen. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, everything happens for a reason, and you choose your reasons, right? You have to build the blueprint of your life. You cannot just hope and wish that God will drop a map and you can follow that map and go. You have to draw your own map. You have to draw your own blueprint. And remember that your blueprint is very different from someone else's blueprint. You know, we always get frustrated that, this person doesn't think like how I think. I get frustrated so many times that, why can't people think like me? But that is because they all have different blueprints. Their origin is different, their past is different, their history is different, what they've gone through is different, the exposure is different. So obviously, it's gonna be different for each and every individual. What I'm trying to say is that you have to understand and be sensitive that everyone has a different blueprint, and not everyone is going to have the same blueprint as you. It's just like fingerprints. No two fingerprints are going to be the same. No two DNA genes are going to be the same. Okay. So, yeah, you need to be sensitive towards others, and that's where empathy arises. That's where empathy starts. So, yeah, as I was saying, that as a doctor, we see a lot of life and death situations, and this makes us a lot more thick skinned. And I've realized that doctors have the capacity to withstand a lot more. Like, I've seen a lot of people from other fields. Again, I'm not shitting on any field, I'm not shitting on anyone, but I'm just trying to praise my own field. I've seen that, compared to a lot of people from other fields, we crib less. Okay. Because we have accepted that our life is going to be like this, and this is our fate, and we have to go through all this. We have to work hard, we have to work long hours. Our pay is not going to be that good. So we've kind of accepted, and we're very thick skinned. It doesn't matter. We have other things to deal with, we have other issues, like to save the life of a patient, obviously. So that is more important, and all of this doesn't matter. End of the day, we are satisfied and we feel fulfilled when we help our patients and when we treat them. So that's what I was trying to say, that you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and you need to live every day to its fullest. Um, so funny thing is, I know I've been through a lot of ups and downs in my life, but there was a time when I was very reactive, and I used to argue a lot, get offended easily, and somewhere deep down I knew that it's me, and I'm the reason that I'm having a lot of failed relationships when it comes to friends, especially. So I did introspect about my past. I did sit and think about where I went wrong, what I could have done, and what I realized that is, like, I was thinking that everyone has the same blueprint as mine, and that's where I made the mistake. What was right in my eyes is not going to be right in someone else's eyes. Everyone has their own perception of reality. Now, my perception of reality is true to me, and I know that I am right in my perception. But in someone else's perception, that is not right. What I'm trying to say is that we all have different views on certain issues. And just because I am right doesn't mean someone else is wrong. Okay. And just because I am right doesn't mean I can't be wrong. I can be wrong. So I opened my mind to these possibilities, and with a lot of self work and meditation, I tried to work on myself, and I think I did a pretty good job, because now I can see that I get into much less arguments and issues when it comes to friendships and social circles. So, what I wanted to tell you is that there are three ways that a person sees. One is a person sees through their eyes. So, what they see, that's what they believe. The second one is they see through reason. Okay. So, they see things and they interpret it, and then they make a decision whether they want to believe in it or not. The third thing is seeing through heart. So when you become very empathetic and you put yourself in the other person's shoes, and you really try to understand where the other person is coming from. So these are the three ways in which a person can see a situation and deal with it. And you need to be aware that there will be times that you will just see through eyes. There will be times when you will see through your thought, and there will be times when you will see through your heart. And it's okay. You make your own permutations and combinations of how to see and when to see with what. But you need to be aware that there are these three things. So you cannot be closed minded and be like, no, I'm only going to see through my eyes, or no, I'm only going to see through my heart. Different situations will demand different things, different visuals. So you have to be a chameleon in this world. You have to adapt. If you want to grow in life, this is the only way. You have to keep adapting to the change. Right? I feel change is inevitable and change is the only constant. That's what I kept telling myself, and that's what I would tell my friends whenever they were going through some major change in their life. I would be like, you know what, change is the only constant. You should be comfortable with change. And in fact, you should be uncomfortable when there's no change in your life and when things are stagnant. Okay, so yeah, you need to be comfortable with change. And remember that there are three ways in which you can see the world. So, based on these three ways of seeing the world, your emotions come out and you form beliefs. You form belief systems, and that is how you express yourself to the world. And remember that the way you communicate and what you say need not be what the other person will perceive. What you say is one thing, what you mean is another thing, what they hear is another thing, and what they assume from what they hear is another thing. So everything is totally different and they are not related or linked. And you need to remember that what you say and how you say matters. And even then, what they hear and what they assume might be different. And that also matters, that also counts. So you have to come to a common understanding to find what the reality is, to find out what the facts are. That's why fact checks are important. Okay, you cannot always have a thought and have an emotion based on your thought. You need to have a fact check. So you cannot believe that your thought is a fact. A fact is a fact, but your thought may not be a fact. So recheck whether your thought is the fact before you react. And that is a very important thing that I learned in my life because I was very reactive, very impulsive. Someone said something to me, or I heard that someone said something about me, I would react immediately. I would get so angry, so defensive, ready to argue, ready to fight, adrenaline rush. I was fight mode all the time. But yeah, I realized that I need to see where they're coming from, and they might have a valid reason to think this way. I realized that I'm a very emotional and anxious attachment type of person. And weirdly, I would get attracted to a lot of avoidant type of personalities. And I realized that, to become a stable type of personality, I cannot hope that the other person should become stable just to have a stable relationship with that person. So I realized that I have to work on myself too. I cannot always be in that anxious state of mind. Can I? That's not going to be healthy for me either. So everyone has an emotional mind and a logical mind. Everyone has. Even you have had times when you have thought about some solution in a very logical way. And there have been times when you have, maybe you fought with your mom and you've been very emotional and you reacted in a very emotional way. But maybe you fought with a friend and you handled it very logically. There have, everyone has this logical and emotional mind. So where these two intersect is the wise mind, right? So we all need to aim and try to achieve to be in the state of wise mind. A balance between the both emotional and the logical mind. So, how do we manage this emotional mind? Because I feel a lot of us struggle to deal with the emotional mind. It's not a task to deal with the logical mind, is it? I don't think it's a task. So, basically, this a flow chart, right? So, if you think of some emotion and then you act as if you're in that emotion, your brain starts to react accordingly by sending those signals across the body. and your body really starts to adjust to that kind of emotion and that acting that you're doing. So this will change your mental state. For example, if you imagine that you are in Goa right now and you're sitting in a nice resort and you're sipping on your pina colada or whatever drink you want to, and it's a bright sunny day and you've just had a swim. You don't have any stress or tension. You're free of all sorts of thoughts, negative thoughts in your mind. You're just enjoying and having a leisure time. So you have imagined that you're in this place, right? So that gives you a feeling of relaxation. So suppose I tell you act the whole day as if you're in Goa. Okay, and suppose you do that. I mean, you have to do it truly and be honest with yourself to actually see the results. So if you act that you know you're in Goa the whole day and you feel relaxed and you keep telling yourself, yeah, I'm in Goa, I'm feeling relaxed, your body will actually start getting relaxed in the sense that you'll start having deep breaths, your muscles will start relaxing, and you'll feel a lot of calmness in your head. Your voice tone will reduce. You won't get angry. You'll be in a more calm and blissful state of mind. So when your body starts having these chemical changes, your emotional state changes. Okay, so this is what meditation makes you do, right? You close your eyes and you think of something, you imagine, and then you act as if that is happening to you. This changes the chemicals in your body. So the neurology is changed, which changes your mental state. Simple, right? It's very simple to understand, but it's very hard to apply. And I'm here to remind you that this is something that is very effective and you can do it. I'm just giving you keys, that can help you deal with the situation. Whatever knowledge I have, I'm sharing with you. I mean, I'm not saying that, if you buy my one-to-one coaching session, I'm going to change your life. I'm not giving you any of those promises. I'm not saying that I'm going to leave my 9 to 5 job. I'm going to leave surgery and do content creation all the time. No. My passion is to be a surgeon and to be a plastic surgeon, to be specific, and I'm going to do that, right? So if you want help further than what I'm giving on the videos, because I'm just giving a gist of the information that I know on these videos, and I know that I have a lot more to offer. So if you are willing, then yeah, go ahead and sign up for my care packages, but it's up to you. And I'm not here to force you, I'm not here to influence you or manipulate you in any way. But yeah, I can tell you that I am here to guide you, and I really want to make a difference in this world because I feel the youth needs proper guidance, and to make the future brighter, it's key that the youth of the country is helped and is guided, and you need a mentor to look up to. I mean, if I had a mentor to look up to, I would have been really happy, but I never found a mentor. Many people ask me this question, like, who's your mentor? Who's your driving force? The only mentor that I have had are my parents. And yeah, I am here because of them. So yeah, I enjoyed doing my skincare and talking about all these things. I love sharing information. I know I'm not perfect in this content creation and editing and video taking, but I promise you that I'm working on it and I have a lot of plans. I'm going to come up with a lot of ideas. So yeah, give me some more time. Since I did my skincare and you must have been like, the fuck, what is she doing? Sorry for my bad language, but yeah. These are the products that I used. This is witch hazel toner. This is the very famous serum. This is Koji Glow for my acne scars. This is Bio Essence, just eye cream. And this is from Gush Beauty. It's a pimple patch. People are very fascinated by my pimple patches nowadays because I go into work like this and they're like, "What's that?" Like literally, one of my senior professors stopped me when I was walking out of the hospital. Like, Ilbama, ಏನದು? What is that? What is that? I'm like, sir, pimple patch, sir. And it was so embarrassing for me because I forgot that I had put that and I was just walking around very casually. And he was like, oh, pimple patch. And like all the sisters in the OPD, they were all very fascinated by these kind of pimple patches, but they're actually very effective because when I leave it for a few hours and I remove it, it becomes flat like this, right? Okay, this is not a skin care video, but yeah, I just really like sharing a lot of things. I hope to do better on this channel. So if you really resonate with what I'm doing, I mean, I don't like telling this, but if you do really resonate, please support me. Yeah, think we got this. We got this. Bye.